With all the recent drama that has been going on around Miss O, the internet is back on discussing how she set up Michael Jackson in that infamous interview and tarnished his image forever. And the Jackson family, included Janet Jackson, still hold a strong grudge against Miss O for doing MJ dirty. Child, with all these people calling her out, the internet is convinced that she does more harm to black careers than she does good. Now, we all know Miss O has been in the news in the past couple of weeks because everybody and their mama has been calling her out. It started with Taraji breaking down while promoting The Color Purple, and things just started to spiral from there. Taraji's revelations of how she was underpaid for the movie started a conversation that just spiraled out of control, causing fans to bring up her past and how there were other instances where she allegedly blackballed careers. And have you ever wondered why the Jackson family don't rate her and they don't associate with her? She did Michael dirty in the 90s, and then she tried to play in his family's face after he passed. So it's no surprising that Janet Jackson is also speaking against her and accusing her of ruining black artists, including her brother.
Do you think Oprah betrayed Michael?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. And I feel like she betrayed not just him, but my family.
For some context, the drama started in 1993 when MJ agreed to sit down with her for an exclusive interview at his Neverland estate. Having an exclusive with MJ at his peak was a big deal because y'all know how private MJ was, and the interview was a major hit. It got her name out there internationally, and it still remains one of the most popular celebrity interviews of all time. MJ agreed to the interview to address long-standing rumors that have been going around for a long time. These rumors included allegations about Michael hating his black skin and wanting to be white, how he always wanted to be a woman, how he slept in oxygen chambers due to his health, how he was obsessed with his pet chimp, Bubbles, and how Bubbles was his best friend, how he had an ED, how he was a bad guy who took advantage of kids, and so much more. Girl, the rumor mill was in overdrive when it came to MJ, so he decided to finally address the rumors once and for all. This interview was a win-win for them both because MJ would have finally laid all the allegations to rest and improved Michael's public image. And this interview would push her name and brand globally and improve her TV ratings. But while Michael planned for a question and answer interview, she had other plans in mind because what was supposed to be an interview to clean up his image turned out to be a drilling session that ended up making things worse. When the camera started rolling, she started the interview by asking Michael if he had undergone any form of cosmetic surgery. In response, Michael clarified that he hadn't undergone any general cosmetic procedures or did anything to his face. However, he openly admitted to having had a nose job and attributed changes in his skin color to vitiligo, a skin condition he was dealing with. However, she didn't back off and she continued to push. And it got to a point where she started to make it look like MJ was lying through his teeth. Even while MJ tried to explain, she would constantly interrupt him to ask a question that made him look even worse than when the interview started.
Then let's go to the thing that is most discussed about you, I think, is the fact that the color of your skin is obviously different than it was when you were younger.
Yes.
And so I think it has caused a great deal of speculation and controversy as to what you have done or are doing. Are you bleaching your skin? And is your skin lighter because you don't like being black?
Okay, number one, as I know of, there is no such thing as skin bleaching. I have never seen it. I don't know what it is.
Well, they used to have those products growing up. I used to hear, always use bleach and glow, but you'd have to have about 300,000 gallons.
Okay, number one, this is the situation. Yes. I have a skin disorder that destroys the pigmentation of the skin. It's something that I cannot help. Okay, but when people make up stories that I don't want to be who I am, it hurts me.
So it is.
But that's not all, because she constantly kept talking about MJ's dad, Joe, who is known to have mistreated MJ as a child. For clear reasons, MJ felt a type of way about talking about his dad, but he revealed that he still did love his dad and had forgiven him. But despite this, she continued to push, saying that MJ was in denial and needed therapy. Saying this in an interview that aired internationally was just crazy and was way out of line, especially when the point of the interview was to improve MJ's image. But it gets even worse because then she decided to question MJ about his friendship with kids and why he loved to associate with kids. Honestly, the way questions were being put up, it painted MJ out to be a weirdo around kids, but he shot it down, claiming that the reason he loved to be around kids is that they were innocent and pure, and being around them reminded him of a childhood that he never had. The interview rubbed people the wrong way because it seemed like she not only questioned his answers, it seemed like she condemned him. She took advantage of his vulnerability to get him on her show, only to end up making him look worse. To make things worse, a few months after the interview, the first accusation of SA was made public, and it tainted his image forever because people kept referring to the interview and saying that MJ must be guilty. And then in 2019, a 4-hour documentary, which was titled Leaving Neverland, was released, and it focused on two men named Wade Robson and James Safechuck as they talked about the alleged SA they suffered at the hands of MJ in his Neverland estate when they were little boys. It didn't take long for her to insert herself into the situation because she went ahead to interview Wade Robson and James Safechuck, giving the whole documentary a bigger platform for the story to spread. But the thing is, the court already cleared Michael Jackson in this case, and one of the two accusers, Wade Robson, testified under oath that he was never SA'd by Michael, so why was she once again bringing this up?
When the started, and when I was 11, even when I was 22, and later, I had no understanding that what Michael did to me was abuse. I had no concept of it being that. From night one of the
Her decision to revisit the SA case got lots of fans and celebrities mad because it was like she was playing favorites. I mean, her bestie Harvey Weinstein was convicted of SA, but she refused to speak up on him. Her shining more light on Michael Jackson's case and ignoring her two friends who were convicted kinda just makes the whole thing super sus. Her situation with Taraji recently kickstarted the conversation surrounding her and MJ, and even his niece, Brandy Jackson, publicly called her out and accused her of using the Jackson family for clout even after MJ passed.
Do you think Oprah betrayed Michael?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. And I feel like she betrayed not just him, but my family.
Well, Brandy is not the only one speaking up because according to reports, even to this day, Janet also holds a grudge against her for trying to profit off her family's pain. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense as to why nobody from the Jackson family will ever associate with her, especially because she never apologized for throwing MJ under the bus like that. And even the fans feel the same way. I used to have a lot of respect for her, but after she dissed Michael, I lost all respect for her. She owes the Jackson family an apology right after she owes Monique an apology. Y'all drop your thoughts on this in the comments, then check out this next video.